Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Pokes Your Channel here. Hey, I'm showing this guitar, by the way. This is a lot of guitar for $4.99. If you could use a great arch top, $4.99. That comes with a hard case. This is a Samick Greg Bennett design JZ3 with upgraded Duncan pickups. It's a lot of guitar. Believe me, for $4.99. I don't normally have something this nice with this much tone for that kind of money. But anyway, I want to talk. I'm just going to keep sharing things. I just found a new little trick here. It's kind of a major 9 chord with an augment 11 to a bichord, which is a minor 7 and a major 9 together. Isn't that nice? I could go to a It's like I keep saying, when you learn about chordal improvisation and learn to go up and down the neck with chords, you just have a lot of musical growth. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit more about the Guitarladder system here. And if you want to try one of my studies, send me an email to polkzoo, polkzoo @gmail.com. I'll send you cycle 1 with an overview from hightail.com, where most of my courses start. And I want to share some of the results that other people are telling me that they're getting, because this is really powerful. I'm 62. I've been teaching since I was about 17 or 18. I've got over 40 years of hard work into this system. And there's this very, very unique system. There's nothing like it on the planet. I give God, or my creator, the universe, whatever you want to call it, most of the credit for it, but I really have worked my ass off on this. If you knew the amount of hours I put into this, it's incredible. I studied with Joe Pass when I was a young man. But here's some of the results. Let's talk about, because I've sold over 1,500 courses, and the sooner that you get on the system, the sooner you're going to start getting results. Some of the things that people are telling me in emails, and I'm not making this stuff up. One guy's a doctor. He bought kind of like an L5 type guitar from me as well. But he said he's learned more in the last 6 months than he's learned in the last 6 years. That's his words. Other people have told me, they're doing a lot of cool things on the guitar, but they feel like their playing's kind of been in the same level for the last year or two. But once they start working the Guitarladder system, it just starts filling in the gaps and helping them to hear their music on a deeper level. People are saying things like they're able to start to contribute to the writing in their band. People are saying they're learning how to compose, learning how to write their own music. People are saying that they're having a lot of growth in terms of right hand and left hand technique. That's a big one. People are saying they're beginning to understand, how to move up and down the neck with chords in a very musical way. They're developing a chord vocabulary, not just a chord vocabulary of a single chord. This is a key issue, by the way, because when you learn chords in terms of how to put them together in groups, okay? It's huge. And like just this morning, I was doing this major 9 with the augment 11 to this bichord. Isn't that nice? And Joe Pass, I keep quoting Joe Pass. Let's see what we have. Right here. So here's the major 9 with the augment 11. That's a chord where I'm getting the 11th with my first finger, then picking up the 13th at the side of my finger. So what I'm trying to say is there's a ton of single note studies in the Guitarladder system, but the bottom line is when you do chordal improvisation, it just wakes up your musical ear, it gets your musical tool chest together, and you can really experience a quantum leap. It's not bullshit. Sure, it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, but what you practice on every day is either going to keep you about the same, you may have a little bit of growth, or seriously, you can have exponential growth. It's really true. I get letters every day from people And what's unique is I've actually spent the time, I mean, I've got thousands and thousands of hours into this, folks. I've spent the time to come up with a unique system. Nobody else has this, with my over 200 studies. And right now, if you order the Guitarladder system, you also get the Horace Hatchett files, $250 value for free. He taught Howard Roberts how to play. When Howard Roberts was a young man in Arizona, he went on to form Musicians Institute in Hollywood, one of the most prestigious and successful guitar music schools in the world. Like I said, I also studied with Joe Pass when I was a young man and some other people. But what I'm trying to just explain is that it's by learning the 10, 12 systems of improvisation, and you don't need to let that intimidate you, because you learn it in a simple, intuitive way. I don't get bogged down in big theoretical raps. You just learn by doing it. Like cycle 1, you learn, oh, smooth voice leading, because you can see how the chords are nice and close together and it sounds musical. All of my chord studies are very musical sounding. And then you learn about shading. See, there you add the major 13 flat 5. But my point just being, what I've done, and like I said, I got over 40 years into this. I've been playing guitar since I was 7 and teaching since I was about 17 or 18. I got over 40 years into it, and I worked really hard because I wanted my students to get more results. By the way, I've had a lot of people drive over 200 miles to take from me privately for $100 a lesson. I don't really do that too much anymore. But I mean, so getting the Guitarladder system over 200 lessons, plus everything else I think of in the next 10 years, because I'm adding as a bonus 4 more free years. So you get my 200 studies plus everything I think of in the next 10 years, and I do think of stuff every day. Plus you get the Horace Hatchett files, and came up with a new system. I'm calling it the Hummingbird guitar rudiments, kind of parallels drum rudiments, so that you have exercises to develop your right hand technique really strong, and also my chord studies develop left hand. So it's a great time to order the system. You can order it at stevesguitars.com. But my point just being, if you just keep copying somebody else's licks, or just learn just this or just that, or this, how to do an arrangement of a jazz tune or whatever, I mean, that's all good. That's all good. But it's not the same thing. You're not going to get the exponential growth. You're not going to get that quantum leap that you're going to get with the Guitarladder system. This is what you're looking for. And I say that, with sincerity, because I've looked at everything out there, and nobody's put the hard work that I put into this. If you want to hear some of my original tunes, go to stevesguitars.com, hit the Guitarladder page tab, and you can hear some of my original compositions, and that's really the proof of the pudding. I write some stuff in kind of solo acoustic guitar and kind of a Michael Hedges style. I do some jazzy stuff, some kind of nylon string stuff. You can hear my solo, kind of a Joe Satriani solo journey in time. But my point just being this, if you really want to make some progress, if you want to get more out of the time that you practice every day, if you want that practice time to be more productive, and you want to move ahead, and you want to learn to be able to write music and contribute to your band, have a stronger technique, get up and down the fretboard in chords, you want to learn, how to improvise and understand, the puzzle of music, understand the art and science of music. I make it simple to do. It's not complicated. You're not going to get bogged down in a bunch of theoretical discussions. I keep it really simple. I keep it intuitive. The Guitarladder system is an intuitive, yet systematic approach that's going to help shave years off your progress time, and it's going to help you reach a level of playing and understanding music that you won't ever get without it. I know that's kind of a bold statement, but I've seen it. The letters come in every day. I'm starting to sell a lot of courses now. It's really catching on, and you're going to miss out if you don't jump in. And for $199, I mean, that's cheeseburger and coffee money. It's really it's a crazy great value, because it really is like getting thousands of dollars of high quality guitar instruction. I've just made the price really, really reasonable so people will take advantage of it. But anyway, if you'd like to try Cycle 1 and me send you some information, some free samples of the Guitarladder system, just go ahead and send me an email to pokesoo@gmail.com, or you can just go to the form field on the homepage of Steve's at Guitars, stevesatguitars.com. There's a little form, but you kind of scroll down the page a little bit, fill that out, hit submit. Make sure and put your email address in there so I can send you some free samples, okay? But if you just, and I'm happy to do that, but if you just want to get going, and you've watched, some people just email me and say, hey, they've watched 30, 40 of my videos. They can tell I know what I'm doing. they like my playing, and they're ready to make some real progress. And really, it really comes down to the Guitarladder system will bring out your creativity. The Guitarladder system will help you to become more creative and hear your musical thoughts on a deeper level. So I mean, you just got to decide, you know, if you really want to commit. And I know this might sound a little corny, but I'm really serious. If you really want to commit to being the best musician you can be, you know, and you know, finding out, discovering just how far you can take your guitar playing, discovering just how musical you can become, discovering what music lies within your head. The Guitarladder system's the key, man. It really is. Like I said, it's my life's work. I put so much time into it, and the results from students is one of the reasons that I put the time into it. I just started seeing so much, like almost like just the growth of some of my private students was almost a little supernatural. It was weird. I mean, they noticed it. I noticed it. I mean, people that really didn't have a lot of natural talent were making just huge strides. Almost like they were, I've said this before, I'm not kidding, almost like they were born into a more musical family. So I'm starting to think the Guitarladder system really kind of wakes up those musical genes in your head. And I think because I don't get bogged down in a bunch of theory, you do it by playing and listening, and you just automatically absorb those 10, 12 systems of improvisation. You don't have to worry about understanding diatonic harmony or intervallic or symmetry or, you know, flat 5/7. You don't have to worry about that because you're going to learn that just by playing it. Sure, I'll do some explanation, but I keep it so simple because I know we've all had experiences that maybe weren't too positive learning. I understand that. So I keep it really simple. It's easy to absorb. It works. Bottom line, it works, folks. So if you just want to jump in, you're ready to commit to being the best guitar player you can be. If you're ready to commit to discovering what your creativity is, to discovering your musical, there's music laying inside your head, man. I mean, there's musical compositions waiting to be born, but you need something to bring them out. You really do, and that's what the Guitarladder system can do. So if you're ready to give birth to your musical ideas, if you're ready to discover just how great of a guitar player you can be, and you don't have to put a pressure on yourself. You don't have to become a pro player. You don't have to try to get a record deal. You can just enjoy music and just enjoy guitar. But if you want to discover, how good you can get, you want to wake up your musical mind, you want to discover what music is laying in your subconscious mind, and nothing feels as great as writing your own music, and you can do it. I don't care who you are, everybody can do it, and it's just a really joyful thing. I don't know how to explain the joy. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of when I have 3 kids. When my first son was born, all my kids were born. It's just a really joyful thing, or something happens in life where you just feel really great. But it's a spiritual journey, and it just feels great to make progress on your guitar. Nothing feels better than to really start making progress on your instrument, and nothing feels better than to write your own music. And everybody watching this can do it. There's no restrictions unless you believe you can't. So all you have to do is bring some positive attitude to the table, some positive faith. Put your ego on the back burner. Don't overanalyze it. Don't overthink it. Don't watch the water boil, and I'll do the rest. It works, folks. $199, and we can unlock the key to your creativity. So you can order right now if you want to get started at stevesofguitars.com, or send me an email to pokesu@gmail.com. I'll send you some samples. But it works, folks. It works. And this guitar is available. It's really nice. I'll do this guitar for, I have the volume really low, but I'll do this for $4.99 with the case. It's a beauty. It really sounds great. It's got upgraded Duncan pickups. It's a lot of guitar for $4.99. Believe me, a little bit of shipping. Take care.